All right, welcome in. Daily Fix Time on a Thursday. It's game week, baby. It's game week, Steve. It's game week. I'm getting excited. It's game week. They got the Jacksonville Jaguars coming up this weekend, and we got everything for you as usual on the Daily Fix, presented by Foolish Club Media. That is Steven Serta in the little box where he belongs, and I am Ron Hughley, and I'm going to tell you what, we do this every day noon. If you are new, welcome in. You're listening on Twitter and watching on Twitter, we appreciate you. If you're watching on YouTube, that is big. But the first thing I need you to do is to like and subscribe Foolish Club Media, because if you don't, you are preventing my children. It's 3 of them. It's the first day of school. You're preventing them from eating. Just let you know they will not have lunch tomorrow if you do not like and subscribe.
They start school on a Thursday?
Started school today, baby. That's right, baby. Started school today. I mean, it was long, baby. I mean, they better get that parking and that drop off situation together, because my goodness, I know there were at least 100 kids tardy today. We got there and dropped them off as the bell rung. As my son, he's older. He's the oldest now. He's in 5th grade, so he doesn't want anybody to walk him to class anymore. We've lost that privilege. But our youngest one walked in, baby. That bell rung, and we got out and left. There was still about 100 cards out there waiting to get to the door. So hopefully that gets better. But yeah, man, they're starting already on a Thursday, August 8th. It feels like this thing is moving earlier and earlier. They're going to be starting school in July by the time this thing is over with. But 3 things to hit today. One guy I got a problem with, and you know, this guy is up for the Hall of Fame, and he may have disqualified himself at least for 1 year in the Hall of Fame. And also coming up, one of the best coaches in the NFL in the history of the league. We need you to just make a decision. And I know Steve Serta will be fully with me on this. Before we get there, though, I want to make this very clear where I am, Steve. I don't know where you are. I don't know where people are who are listening or are commenting. I want to make it very clear. Okay? Andy Reid yesterday said that each quarterback is going to get a quarter, which would include Patrick Mahomes, meaning that Patrick Mahomes is going to get a quarter, Steve. And I want to make that very clear and plain right now that I am against that. I don't want him to get a quarter. I don't want him to get a snap. I don't need to see Patrick Mahomes play 1 snap. I know there's some new parts. I know Xavier Worthy and Hollywood Brown and the future great one, Jarrett Wiley, they haven't played a lot with Patrick Mahomes and haven't played in a game scenario with Patrick Mahomes. Understand that. I don't need to see him. Carson Wentz, you can have a quarter. You can have 2 quarters. You have as many quarters you want. I don't need to see Patrick Mahomes, Steve. I don't need to see him. Not 1 single second. I don't. I'm going to tell you what, Steve. I've seen enough. In the training camp videos, I've seen enough of him in St. Joe. Don't need to see him. Now, I know Andy's going to play him because he does this every year. I don't know why it needs to be a quarter. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to be doing, Steve, the entire time. I'm going to be sitting there. I'm going to be holding my breath. I'm going to be pacing, and I don't even care if anything's complete. I don't care what happens. I'm praying for handoffs and tosses the whole way until he's out of the game. I'm going to be like the mom of Rookie of the Year when Henry Rowan Gardner had to be forced to bat against the Dodgers, and she's sitting there the whole time. Oh, my God, 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 oh, my God. That's what I'm going to be doing the entire time. I do it every year. I am just completely against Patrick Mahomes playing a snap in preseason. To be honest with you, I don't need to see 87. I don't need to see 95. 95 proved to me that he doesn't need training camp or game 1 to be the 6th best player in the league according to the players. So I'm going to tell you what, I know where Andy stands. I know he's going to play. Steve, I don't need to see him. I don't need to see him 1 solitary second against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Don't need it.
We do this every year in the preseason, and I agree with you.
I'll continue to do it every year. I'll continue to.
It's fine because there's no way Patrick Mahomes is even going to play the entire quarter. As soon as the Chiefs have a decent drive, hopefully it's a touchdown drive, but Field goal would probably work too, as long as they move the ball a little bit. As long as they have a decent drive where the offense looks reasonably functional, that is going to be the last time that Patrick Mahomes takes the field on Saturday. There's no way it is going to be the entire first quarter.
Okay, I'll just say this. I don't trust Patrick Mahomes to not play football the way Patrick Mahomes normally plays football. I've watched Patrick Mahomes take off and run in preseason games, and I've just wanted to grab him and stop him from doing it. All right, so I'm just telling you, I'm out on it. I know Andy's going to do it, and I'm gonna be afraid every single moment, the entire time he's out there. All right, speaking of quarterback play, a team that the Chiefs will play this year, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we talked about it. Hell, they may be adding Brandon Ayuk here soon. We'll see. Mike Tomlin yesterday confirmed that there is a quarterback competition, but said that Russell Wilson is the leader in the clubhouse. He is QB1 right now, even though he has had this calf injury that's held him out a bit of preseason.
And he sucks now. So
I just ask that Mike Tomlin do us all football fans a favor and just give us Justin Fields. I mean, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I can understand the thought process of I believe and trust Russ cannot make mistakes as much. Can keep me in the game. I bet they look and see what the numbers he put up in Denver last year. They think to themselves, we could win. We could win the division possibly with our defense and our skilled players if we got that kind of quarterback play from Russell Wilson. I can understand it, but please let us see this cat. Let us see this cat in that offense. We saw what this dude was able to do with Ryan Tannehill in Tennessee, and now he be getting Justin Fields, and I want to see that. Justin Fields, Pickens, maybe Ayuk, that group. Just please, Mike Tomlin, don't give us boring Russ. He's not Danger Russ anymore. The coolest thing about him right now is his girlfriend. It's his wife. Don't give us that. Give us Justin Fields. That's what we want to see. Don't you, Steve? Don't you want to see Justin Fields over Russell Wilson? Don't you want to see, even if he crashes and burns, I'd rather watch that because I want to see that talent.
Of course. Justin Fields is a talented player who I don't think has ever gotten a reasonable chance in the NFL, in large part due to the Bears just sucking for all the years that he was there in Chicago, not really giving him a chance to succeed. But Russell Wilson does kind of fit into the Arthur Smith kind of offense. Like Ryan Tannehill was at his best, just play action, taking deep shots down the field. And that's really all Russell Wilson's good at anymore because he's old and he's just not the same kind of player. And he was always kind of a limited quarterback in Seattle anyways, and we just saw what a disaster it is. But Justin Fields has way more upside, and everything out of training camp with Russell Wilson being hurt is like Justin Fields looks the best that he's looked in his NFL career, and him and Pickens are making plays and lighting it up on the offensive side of the ball. Like, I want to see that. I want to see that version of the Steelers, and I don't want to see this same retread. We're just going to keep doing what we do. We're going to win 8-9 games because we're the Steelers. Like, actually go out there and try to see what you have in Justin Fields and see if he can put you over the top.
Oh, Steve, I think they can win 11 games. I think if you want to sell to me that Russell gives them the best chance to win, I believe it. I just don't want to see it. I've seen enough of Russell Wilson. I'm going to tell you that right. I've seen enough of it. I've seen enough, and especially when it's Justin Fields behind. So come on, Mike. Come on now. You got power. Just do it. Just do the damn thing. All right. Lucas, I don't know if it's Lucas, but I'm going to go with it. Lucas Kuechly, who is retired. And tell me if I'm right, sir, that he retired due to head injuries, right? That's why he retired. He
multiple severe concussions totally derailed his career, and he was like a generational linebacker.
Yes, so he played like around the time frame that Patrick Willis did, the 6 or 7 years, and got out. Maybe not even that long. So he's at a camp, and I want you to watch what Luke Kuechly did to a kid. This is absolutely ridiculous when you watch this.
Hey, let's clap it up. Let's see. Maybe you can do it. Hey,
that? You gotta be kidding me, Luke. Hold on, man. That kid was not ready for that. He didn't think a potentially Hall of Fame linebacker was coming full speed to hit him. Luke Kuechly ended up on the ground. The kid fumbled. He ended up on the ground at Bears. What in the hell is Luke thinking? You know what? I'm to the point that he did this. He is eligible year one for the Hall next year. And I just left Canton, so I know a little bit about it. I looked at all the bust. I think this should disqualify him for year one. I think that move right there. You retired due to head injuries, and you just tried to give that kid a head injury. You got to be kidding me with Luke Kuechly. What in the hell got into him? I mean, what is wrong? What's wrong with white linebacking-looking guys? Now we got George Karlaftis, who just laid out Kadarius Toney without any pads, and now Luke Kuechly's going after kids. You got to be kidding me, Luke. That's ridiculous. 5'9".
I think Luke Kuechly is the kind of player that there's all these clips of him and the way he used to read offenses and call things out because he was just he could see everything on the field in a way that is just rare for players, even at the NFL level. And he could diagnose everything. And he was such an instinctive linebacker, literally one of the best linebackers of a generation. And he only played 8 seasons in the NFL. I don't think there's hey, take it easy on this kid or whatever. I think he sees the football and it's instinct and it just takes over. And maybe that's why he had to retire, because the concussion he is I can't turn it off anymore. And so maybe he just needs to make sure he's not in that situation anymore. Because when you can see, as soon as that kid gets the ball, he flips a switch and takes off and charges that poor little kid.
That's one of the dumbest things you ever said. And went all the way around to talk about him diagnosing offenses. That kid is 13, and there is nothing to diagnose. There's nothing between Luke and him. Look at this. There's nothing between them. It's a toss with no one. There's nothing to diagnose. He just took that kid out. He almost ran him to the track. They're talking about him, the switch flip. You better turn that damn switch off. Go and touch him. Good God almighty, the flip switch.
He's he fumbled.
Yes, called out a fumble. I can't believe Luke didn't go run over the
linebacker was taking out a little kid.
Listen, you tell me that Ray Lewis did that to a 13-year-old, I believe it. You tell me Luke Kuechly, calm down. I thought he's going to run and jump and recover the fumble. Or at least scoop and score it. What is wrong with him, man? Get out of here, Luke. Hi, Mom. And Courtney.